Chappelle Colby, God comes in threes, but also Satan's number is number 3 too. But this is not lies with that. That's how much legal information this guy knows, and plus, not only that, he knows the information of realms, of history, and also mathematics, and all sorts of kind things that he's going to share with you when he meets you, and he's going to love you. And to the devil, he's going to fight. And some are going to think he's with the devil, but he's not. He's not. He was part of a game mixed up by Donald Trump and played into characters. And he's going to say kind words about Donald Trump in this video too, to rebut certain things of the factors of certain things. Because Donald Trump wasn't used in this whole drama. He was actually a real deal person. He wasn't teched up. But he's sick of life with this job. He's sick of the life of it. He's got to program skills, things, and all these things. It just gets a horrible job. He's old and he's got to rebut it through asio. But he's got a job to do, and he's got to do it well. You might remember that from a song, Chappelle Colby. Murray was a lot of songs made into one. You can just call him Murray. But he's Murrayalexanderburns, Murray A. Burns, Murray Burns, and MuRay Burns. MuRay, Murat, Love Rat, and don't worry about Love Rat because it's alternate reality theory sort of thing. He's much more selective. He was loyal in his original life to one woman his whole life, and it's so good and so personal and so reflective onto life and about God, and reflective to human nature and green things. He liked green things, nature, and rebutted. But yeah, because they're trying to say he liked weed. He was a responsible man, and by law in his natural life, and he was SAS, Australian SAS. And don't worry about if he killed people. It's like True Lies, the movie, but they're all bad. It's funny, Jamie Lee Curtis gets that joke. She was played into the role model of True Lies, and there's true stories with that, but it's a joke and it's not funny, from Donald Trump about that one too. And we shared that joke with Murray and CIA, so we don't like it, and we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it for good for these games. And also, Chappelle Colby, this is, Murray said this in his original future: I'm going to stand up for her till the break of dawn. To the break of dawn. He worked as a lawyer, a legal firm. He created much life, created future destinies. He was a space-time cop. He took over them when they took over him, and he kept fighting, but they didn't allow him to get the free will out. But he took over the world, and there's alternate realities to that. And he was the best man, and he took over the world in kindness and goodness, and he was the richest man alive. Now he's taken a less. This is bait on that, so just relax about that, Chappelle Colby, because this is the third video that he's going to make with you about your story. Now, remember this is back for your legal codes, and rebut it on anything that's the joke bait. And we'll edit this code for other video theories for later. So remember that, Chappelle Colby, if you hear this one again. And also, it's really cool. Murray did give the information, and then they immediately raided Sydney Airport, and you were immediately in the air already. Now, you were set up as a scapegoat by CIA. Richard Anthony James Stokes was your enemy, and this guy's enemy, Murray's enemy too. He was a terrorist who was going to destroy the world. He tortured the living hell out of this guy and kept him breathing to have him part of a terrorist group to end the world and bring forth God's prophecy of ending the world as the forerunners of the apocalypse. This guy would never do that. Murray would never do that. He went through everything to save everyone, and he's been through pure hell. It's been 25 years, and he went through a 10-year asio order for what information he gave, what happened to you, Chappelle Colby. So respect. Okay, this guy suffered too. Okay, and then he gave the Link Cafe Siege. He got more orders. He got another 10-year order from the Link Cafe Siege, but he gave it before time, and then because he was right, he got charged into a 10-year order. How does that make sense, ASIO Insurance for Police? Doesn't make sense. He's going to sue for that because he does want it's recommended by Stratford Police on that. Yeah, because he was innocent, totally innocent, like you, Squirrel Corby. And I hope you're having a drink now when you hear this one, because he's really going to be cool about you. He forgives women who betray him in other means of terms, along timelines and all that sort of thing. So he's kind. He's a hunter-gatherer of nature fruits who gives for others and helps others. And that's what he's been doing some time, since Joe Biden and Donald Trump is willing to come to the party on that, because there's a lot of money involved in that, and healthy goods, fruits. And we want to send this guy to God. Well, okay, fruits, not fruit juices and like things like that, but welcome from ASIO on that. We're telling the truth. Okay, welcome. Yeah, okay. And he's gonna spend his life spending money and fruits on future selves and lives, because he'll spend his money fixing himself up to get to a better health status and save the world endlessly again. Because he was saving the world in a manner of speaking on that 10-year ASIO order as well, and he already did, and we can't go into details of that because he did save the world unlimited. It was more like 10,050 times he saved the world. What happened to you, Chappelle Corby, was the drama that happened to it that they all talked about, and it overshadowed all the news about everyone. And the thing was, people were sick of hearing about you, but this guy defended you every step of the way. There was only one person that he wouldn't fully defend you to, and that's not properly. He did defend you, was Wayno, because he's a bit of a drifter on who's right and who's wrong. And he seems to think he's right all the time through Donald Trump's story with him. But the thing is, he can be right, but he can be wrong, because we get the facts of things about Murray, and we're future selfing him back to the past, to the future, back to the future, back to the past, through space-time travel. And Chappelle's getting excited by this. Yeah, it works like that. And he's such a cool guy. He's going to help us all, and he's going to drown us, the bad ones, who did us wrong in life. And we sort of want that, because we want the bad ones drowned. In a manner of speaking, don't worry about that PA hospital, what that means. It's life and death on the future service of Earth, and we get the terminated Genesis, and Genesis heart will give Murray, and perfect. It's a perfect one that's been recreated for Murray from his own heart, and it's a cool one. And Chappelle will like that, because he'll have his own beating heart that's a 3D generated one that is really cool, and it's holographic 3D shell. You'll like that, because it beats real loud like a racehorse, like it was meant to for you. And you'll love that. He can make it beat when he wants to, for you. And in the heart next to your chest, you'll love that. And he'll keep that next to your chest, and with a heart locket, which beats every time you want to press something on it, and it does it for you. And that's his love for you, that it will ever extend onwards, to ever, even if you choose other partners, he won't mind. Just trust us. He's got a better future, with the kings, King of England, King Charles III, and he loves you too. King Charles III extends his deepest condolences for any family members that passed away of yours, Chappelle Corby, and he's been enlisting them, of some of them, into space-time continuum roles, so be careful about saying anything about the royal family, please, Chappelle Corby. He's been real advocate for people who are innocent, like this guy, Murray, so he's advocating this. And you thought it was too late. It's not too late. It's not too late in the game, as you think and are trying to say to him. And CIA are trying to say, no, it's not. It's never too late, because space-time continuum cops got to already stand on this one, and it's future self, the future past, the future self, the future past. Some countries will talk about you, Chappelle Colby, some won't. So we'll get to the world room, some won't say it, some will, for legal standpoints and police standpoints and intel standpoints, to keep some of these things secret, because it's a very secret matter, and it had to be shelved. That's how secret it is, and his story, so shelved. But you will get your legal cases and compensation, and Murray's withstanding these odds against him for saying this, because there's a lot of Muslim terrorists in Indonesian emissaries and all sorts of things that what he's saying about here, because he's not disrupting the balance of power, but he's the Luke Skywalker, and he balances the Force, and he protects his family, and he's looking after them, and space-time cops are looking after them too, and they're waxing a lot of people, and PA Hospital be cool about that, which they already are, because he's a healer and a helper, and he's not a killer. He's a lover, not a fighter, but he will through means, and he loves you, Chappelle Colby, and he has to tighten up these videos to get a bit faster, because he was advised to not say much anymore. It's his future self speaking, okay, about this, and that's what we get to, because we can't let it, we conveyancing, we can't convey it, okay, so just breathe easy now, Chappelle Colby. You're going to get your money, you're going to have your health, you're going to have your happiness, and whiskey and rye and Scottish whiskey and Irish liqueur and Scottish liqueur, remember those factors. They're part of legal codes that you'll be able to drink, and your medications will be null and void at a certain point. You won't have to take them, because they're sincerely sorry and they're fixing you. And not only that, Indonesia courts are overruled with some of these legal codes. I'm worried about what that says about them, because they enwrapped Murray into a different story what they had about him, and they didn't know this, all these factors about Chappelle Colby, and now it's put it in disarray. And Murray's not against Muslims, Islam. He's not against Islam. He did say some point, some ex-president made him say something to it, but he rebuts it, because he's a man of God, and he was always about all people under God come together. In Christianity, though, he was. So, Chappelle Colby, there is a God. He's an alien God, and he comes, and he's a hunter-gatherer, and he's a wisdom maker, and a freedom fighter, and a creator. So we need his help from aliens. And it sounds strange and crazy to Muslims, but no, sorry, we know the space-time continuum back through time. It's true. Russia knows this too, and it's very horrible. And some of his videos were sounding like from Russia. No, it's not. He's a good man. He's a Czechoslovakian hero that was put through his genetics of some sort, that was only through a bit through implanted. And then they try to say he was Russian through his story, so it's not true. We rebut that, but it is part of a story that we try to convey. He's a cool guy, he's a nice guy, and he did have some rock here at some point. But it's a story that hasn't been told yet, so don't say it, asio, and straight for the police, because it's a cool one. We liked it. Okay, Chappelle Colby, I'll talk a bit normally now. I love you, babe. Remember these ones, and take some photos of Murray when he's like this. He's a nice guy, he loves you, and he's a perfect guy. That's what he's meant to be, and that's what he is, and that's what he will be under legal codes. So love you, babe. Okay, love you. Okay, love you. Okay, always forget about the past. Forget it about the past. He will forget your future if you forget his past. And it's a hard, complex tale. We have to work through legal tales that are hardcore, through legal courts that he was set up and framed endless times. and he's not going to like it how many wives and ugly ones he was set up that are not even true and not even real. And the stories are not even real, and they're not even holding up, and Pope Francis is not having a bar of it. Debarred, they're saying over that. But, well, you can't be debarring a Prime Minister to come of a certain country. Murray could be. Think about that. He's got alternate futures that will be spliced out of a certain nature. So it's interesting. Front and center, we will say. But we rebut some of that of the jokes and not of the futures, because he wants a better future and he's going to look up to Donald Trump on his future. And Donald Trump did say some of this, yes. And he wants to say he's a peaceful man, he's about the future, and he wants to hold and love his women. And that's what he cares about most in his family. First Blood protected, First Blood Part 2. And rebutted, it was meant to be First Blood Part 2, family protected. Okay, love you all. Love you, Chappelle Colby. Okay, talk soon.